Well, hello from Platzkart. Only means one thing. We're going on an adventure. And look who it is. So, I'm going on another adventure. This time with Bulb and Bankrupt to Krivi Rig. A few days ago, there was a big missile attack on the town of Krivi Rig, which killed a bunch of people, including 9 children. And today and tomorrow are the days of mourning. And I wanted to show Bald what it's really like the day after an attack. Because Kyiv is very safe. We have air alarms, but we also have very good air defense. But in Krivi Rig and lots of the rest of the country, unfortunately, they don't have that. So we are going to be taking a little journey to President Zelensky's hometown, actually, to Krivi Rig. So, where are we going?
Right, mate. So, very, very recently, there was an explosion, a rocket attack in Krivi Rig, or Krivoy Roy. I don't even know how you say it. There's the Ukrainian-Russian version. So we're going to go down there while it's still in the period of mourning, and we're going to go and see what happened, investigate, and stalk some people, hopefully.
You're not scared at all? Because sometimes Russia likes to do a double tap.
Oh, the old double tap.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me that when I said, should we go there?
Normally, though, it's within a few hours when the emergency workers are there, the medicals there, the volunteers are there, and they just hit it again, just
got you.
Get everyone. Or they hit the hospitals nearby after, which is even worse.
There's no escape.
Yeah.
So I noticed you didn't tell me this until I was actually on the train.
When it's too late.
Yeah. I think we're going to be okay.
I hope so. Well, if not, I won't be able to upload the video.
May I say, before we switch off, that of course you know this, but for the people who don't know, there's an app in Ukraine, which I'll show you now, guys. So this is where the different rocket attacks are taking place. So right now, I don't know why Crimea is red. I don't know why Russia's bombing Crimea, but anyway, there's rocket attacks everywhere. So let's see. It's so far. Oh, Krivi Rig.
So the red is just what's Russian controlled, I think.
Okay, I didn't realise that.
And then the dark red is the
because today there was a lot more red areas.
Yeah.
It was red. Okay.
They should have used a different color, but it's dark red. It's different color.
So so for people who don't know, so it looks like Krivi Rig at the moment. Anyway, there's no rocket attacks. So it doesn't mean there won't be any tomorrow. But at this precise second, there's no rocket attacks.
Wait.
Oh, what's
a little candy? Konfetti.
I actually don't.
You don't? Okay.
I'll try it.
Alright, looks like we're finally taking off. Next stop, 5 a.m. Krivi Rig.
No snoring.
Can't help myself.
Please.
I got you some earplugs.
I'm not saying that. The others asked me to tell you.
Oh, okay.
You tell him. He looks like
earplugs for everyone. So, we got very lucky with no other bunkmates, because normally there'd be 6 people in this little area, this 2-meter square area. But these 2 people, this folds into one bed. That's the second bed, and then normally this would come down, but it's like we're in our private coupe, mate. Luxury.
First class Platzkart.
Yeah, first class Platzkart.
Oh, almost.
Who keeps turning on and off the lights? Mate, I'm really happy you came.
Oh, me too. Oh, me too. I tried coming before.
Yeah?
Yeah, I tried coming. They turned me away at the border. I understand why, because my passport had a few dodgy...
Some Russian stamps in there.
Shh. And so they turned me away. And then I always wanted to come back.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm here now.
But didn't they know that Russia also doesn't want you?
No one wants me. Even my own country. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think also at the beginning of the war, things were more there was more tension.
Yeah.
And so they had to be really careful who they let in, who they let out. But now I think probably they're a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, and also they weeded out or killed all the dissidents, whatever they call them, the spies.
Right. And I suppose it also helps. I've got a British passport.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been good friends to Ukraine.
Yeah.
So, for that reason.
To be honest, one of the reasons why I left in the beginning, and I was very hesitant to be around those first few months, is because I knew that me being here would be more of a liability than a positive.
You mean taking up resources or something?
Not even just that, but it just becomes confusing. Because can you imagine a Asian Baroque-looking Mongolian dude, like Eastern Russian-looking guy who only speaks Russian, walking around and trying to explain, "Oh, I'm just a tourist. Yeah, tourist. You know?"
Yes. As I said, tensions were a lot more heightened back in the very beginning, weren't they? And so I suppose you're right, to be out of the country, out of the way, let things calm down.
Yeah. And then when I realized, like, okay, I can come back and volunteer and make a difference, and at least show it through my YouTube channel. I can, just show what's actually happening, and give a connection to the real people here. And I said, okay, I'll come back, and that's why I'm happy you're here.
This is what I like about you. What you've done is that a lot of people talk about Ukraine. You hear it a lot, right, on Instagram. A lot of people say, but you actually stayed here. And you've actually done a lot of like fundraising and stuff like that. I know that you've like bought cars or something for the front. So I think that's really impressive of you that you've done that. You've because at the end of the day, you're an American. Yeah. You don't owe the country anything, but still you decided to do that.
Well, what's actually funny is I get a lot of comments from, usually they're anonymous comments, and
always,
and they'll say, "Why aren't you on the front line? Why don't you go volunteer to fight?" And it's funny because I've never been asked that once by Ukrainian.
Right.
Because they know that as an American with a U.S. passport, even though I bought a house here, even though I have a green card here, I don't need to be here. I can leave. I have that luxury.
Yes.
So Ukrainians, they're always surprised that I'm here, number one. And when they find out that I've been volunteering or doing the fundraising or, showing on my channel what's really happening and just highlighting the war, they're always very grateful. And they've never asked for more. It's always the ones who have done nothing that ask for the most.
Yes. Well, people are very brave on the internet, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're like, I would sign up. I'd go to the front. Yeah. Well, come on then.
Yeah.
I mean,
they can. And then they either get silent or they have some excuse. Yeah. Oh, I can't do it because I've got
bad back.
Yeah.
I can't. I've got a mortgage. Well, then don't expect other people to do it for you.
Yeah.
Ядия тоже есть? Мятая было бы хорошо. What do you want, Johnny?
Я не чай. Дякую.
Только я.
Не пью.
Okay, дякую.
Mate, I think I'm going to marry a Provodnik. It's not a not
a
Freudian slip.
Provodnika is like the train worker.
The train worker.
I love it. Yeah. The Brits do love their cup of tea.
Good old cup of chai. 15. 50 и 15.
10 и 5.
Украинской мовы не знаю.
Треба вчить.
Спасибо.
Зараз.
Без сдачи. Спасибо. Дякую.
Oh, you're being generous with the tips, mate.
Mate, I like to help the old Ukrainians. The old Jewish. Not the guys.
I can't believe this is 50 cents.
It was, how much was that? 15 cents?
Less than that.
Less than that?
It's 15 hryvnia, yeah?
15 hryvnia.
Yeah, it's like 40 cents. 30p.
Service with a smile.
Yeah.
And it's got the classic, can I just show you something?
Oh, I know.
It's got the classic railway cup in the holder. We are back. I don't want to say back in the USSR. Probably not a popular thing to say. But
it's very authentic.
Authentic
of when it was built.
It's in keeping with the surroundings.
Yeah. Alright, looks like everybody's ready for bed. Have a good night, guys. See you guys bright and early in the morning.
Good night, guys. That's not even a joke. That's literally what you're going to do. Wish me luck, guys. I've got to sleep in a bed next to Johnny FD. He did bring me some earplugs, which I found very considerate of him, but it's going to be a rough night, not just for me, but for all the other bloody people on this train. Haven't the Ukrainians suffered enough in the last 3 years? Do they really need to spend a night on a train with Johnny FD? Mate, they've been through enough.
You got AirPods for everybody, mate. If anyone needs it, there's an extra pair there.
You bought them in the foregrip of the shop for everyone.
I wish it.
Oh my God, you are prepared.
Alright. Now I'm
Flipping
ready
heck.
for bed.
Oh my God. Yeah. Do you want a bedtime story or something?
Yeah.
Okay. There was once this YouTuber called Johnny FD.
So bad. At least there's coffee. We made it. Good morning.
Can you delete the word good from the morning, please? Oh, we've got things to talk about, mate, later on. Don't you worry. This isn't over. Not by a long chalk.
But we're here. It is early, 5:30 in the morning. In Crivi Rig.
Let's go.
Alright, last one off the train, guys. Welcome to Crivi Rig. Do побачення, дякую. Well, good morning from Crivi Rig. I did not think I'd be saying that anytime soon.
You never thought you'd say good morning from Crivi Rig?
No, I've never been here, never had any desire to come. It was always known as a mining town.
It's a mining town. It's one of the biggest mining towns in the Soviet Union. Was.
And the only thing that was really known for is that it's just very long and kind of hard to get anywhere.
Yeah, it has like I'm going to take on the weird tram system.
Oh,
They have
right.
a metro system, which,
Yeah.
it's a crazy place. But
But since the war, it's been very famous for it, number one being President Zelensky's birthplace, birth town, and second, it's been bombed quite a bit. So let's get some coffee and see what there is to see in this town. The next closest open coffee shop is 6 kilometers away.
see the city. We make videos, so we've come to interview some people and ask them questions and things. Of Gopniks? Of Gopniks? Or of what?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Sky Gopniks.
Crivi Rig has the best Gopniks.
Take care of yourself.
Okay, don't worry. We're experienced. He looks very Ukrainian, obviously.
I will be from California.
You won't come.
I just chilling,
You're
drinking some juice and swimming.
It's boring life. We need adventure. We need adventure.
We'll have some
We
coffee
will
now.
take it.
There's plenty here.
Завируха. Завируха.
Завируха, это
It's
что?
Ukrainian. It's snowly.
Завируха.
Завируха.
Zavirucha. In Crivi Rig. Zavirucha in Crivi Rig in the morning.
Crazy.
With the worst coffee in Crivi Rig. I want everyone at home to know this. This is the worst
But
coffee
the
in
name of this
Crivi Rig.
place is number one best coffee shop.
Number one bread shop.
Number one булочная. It's mean
Bread.
Bread shop.
bread.
It's
Bread
all-
shop.
Oh, so they didn't promise best coffee. They just promised the best
The
bread.
bread here is amazing. The
The
coffee's
coffee's
terrible.
terrible.
Oh God. And the old tramvajчик in the snow. Look. Ja nie budu prosić.
О, я люблю Кривий Риг.
И еще попали ракетой
Да,
возле рынка. Есть гостиница.
да. А, центральная.
Не центральная.
Нет? Как называется это ресторан?
Возле цирка гостиница.
Like in Donetsk, obviously, or Lugansk. So he said he's not afraid to live here. Wow.
What do you think of the tram?
I think it's a beautiful Soviet tram. I love it. Oh, there's the modern one.
Oh wow, yeah, it's such a big difference, right? Yeah. It's like looking over to Europe and looking there. Did this just break down? Is that why we stopped?
Yeah.
So without knowing where we're going. Oh,
Вы не правы. Вы совсем не правы. Можно квартиры снимать. Я думаю, что это...
Зачем квартира, а потом... Понимаете, у нас все, вот это снимаете, а потом наводите и ракеты стреляют. Зачем нам?
О, вы думаете, что у них нету ничего там, да?
А при чем тут есть и не есть?
Не,
вот
не,
вы
не, вы
едете
совсем-
в
вы совсем не-
Аврора
не, 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 не,
разбомблена,
не,
вы едете
не.
показать, что
Вы-
все дома
Конечно, я буду показать все. Конечно.
А кому вы
Это не...
показывать?
Вы знаете, кто пригласил меня? Ваше государство в Киеве. Так? У меня все документы со мной. Так, не переживайте. Окей?
Вы корреспондент?
Спасибо. Да,
Корреспондент?
именно. Спасибо вам.
По Ютубе показывать.
Да, конечно.
Ну так надо правду только показывать.
Конечно, что я хочу. Не переживайте. Все хорошо. Я знаю, что... Окей, спасибо вам за помощь. Let's go, Johnny.
Вам на Аврору надо.
Да, именно, да. Вы знаете, где это находится?
Вам гостиница «Аврора»?
Ну, где они разбомбили.
Разбомбили.
Да, да.
Вам надо 14-й, мы в
14.
конец, и там пройти. Сейчас
А,
будет
от-
следующий 14-й ехать, вот там у нас остановка.
А там, да?
Вот это вот синенькая у нас.
Я вижу.
С этой стороны.
Там.
Нет, вам
Нет?
просто можно им проще до Сузгорода, потом...
Okay. There you go. The opinions of the Krivy Riggians.
I wonder why that tram. Is that the end of the line of the tram? Because it
Yeah,
feels
I
very abrupt and it kind of kicked us off.
No, Krivy Rig is such a weird kind of city, the layout and stuff. It's kind of really hard to get around, and you have to take one bit of transport, then you take another bit of transport.
But
So
at least it's free ever since the war started. At
it
least.
seems to be free. Seems to be free.
Oh, do you see the cherry blossoms
Oh, beautiful,
in the snow?
beautiful. It's like Japan.
Yeah. Just like Japan.
Japan.
Сапай.
Супер.
That's our tram
Спасибо
right now.
большое за помощь. Хорошего дня. Спасибо вам за помощь. Спасибо. О. Да, все ясно.
This area is not that bad, actually. It looks like a nice city to live in. So we're on our way to the restaurant that just got bombed 2 days ago. The locals we've been asking directions to have been a bit paranoid, but for good reason. Imagine being out here in the snow, just waiting for the tram. So we hopped out of the tram because Bald saw a blown up building and a sign that looked like it said Aurora. A similar name, wasn't the place we're trying to go, but this is just another blown up hotel, residential place by Russia. There's so many of them around the city, probably.
Can you imagine also, Johnny? The people living opposite. Like, you're just lying in bed or something, you're having your breakfast, I don't know when it hit, and suddenly a bloody rocket flies
Yeah.
into the building, explodes, your windows get shattered. I mean, you'd never, like, sleep soundly again, would you, if that happened to you? I imagine.
I mean, this is why all those babushkas were so paranoid when they saw an American and a Brit
Yep.
with cameras. They're like, please don't give Russia any, like any targets. Like even if it's just a residential building, even if it's a nice restaurant, even if it's like a hotel, they're like, oh yeah, we can blow that up. Zachien, for what? Look at this. Perfect that it's snowing today as well.
Oh, mate.
And
this is
look,
just
do you see this
fucking-
little birdhouse? How beautiful is
Yeah,
this?
I know. Yeah, little tree with the bird things.
Would be a fairy tale, but now it's a nightmare. The snow on the green grass and this tree, it could be whimsical if this wasn't war. You hear that, mate?
I hear that, mate. This is life in Ukraine in 2025. People going to work with air raid sirens, walking past exploded buildings, in the snow. Mate, this is like some dystopian movie, isn't it?
I wish it was a movie and this wasn't really happening, but it's reality.
Yep.
Look how full this little marshrutka is. People can barely squeeze on.
О, это 14. Это наш. Дякую. Oh God, on the back door. Oh my God, this is great. Давайте, давайте. Давайте, спасибо.
Идите до конца 14-го, там
И потом?
пересядите на 228.
Какой?
200...
228.
Ну, там много транспорта.
Окей. Этого места. Да. Как называется этого места тогда? Что мне надо?
So a lady down there was kind enough to explain to me that we have to get off this tram line and then get on another one, the 228, to where we want to go. So Kryvyi Rih is not a well-designed city. It's so long. You just got to jump from one form of transport to another.
Ah, окей. Спасибо вам.
Wow. Welcome to Kryvyi Rih. If it was me, I would have just taken a taxi straight from the train station. but
И два
all loves
постим.
to take the local transport.
Желательно.
to get to know
Спасибо
people.
большое.
You know, if it was me, well, first I never would have came here. But if I did, I would have just taken a taxi in Ukulan directly from the train station. We would have been there, and then
Sorry, Johnny, to interrupt, but if that's the 228 or the 240, it's
yeah,
ours. 228. It's ours, Johnny. Oh. 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 Hopefully this is the last bit of transport we need to take.
oh, a minute.
Oh, mate.
But as I was saying,
Say again.
but in
Oh, yeah,
bold fashion, we have to have an adventure. We have to go the local route.
You know what, mate? We could have just taken a taxi from the railway station, but then we wouldn't have met anyone, wouldn't have met those babushkas, we wouldn't have felt what it's like to live here. We would have taken the easy western route. Now we get a feel for the city, don't we?
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, I appreciate it. It's one of those things where when I'm freezing cold, you know, in the snow and it's hard, and we're going on three different trolleys and trams and buses. I'm like, what are we doing? But it's an adventure. This is what people, they need to see this.
Yeah. This is real life in Ukraine for the average citizen.
These are the real Ukrainians, not just the ones you see in Maidan, in Kiev.
Recognising a lot of places.
You've been here? Wow.
I came here about 4 or 5 years ago to make a video. I called it Ukraine's most frustrating city. And
I can see why.
You can see why.
If I lived here, I would definitely have to have a car.
Oh,
I was surprised to see McDonald's here.
oh, and a little coffee shop over there.
Mate, I have a theory. What if the reason why it feels like we've been going on the run around isn't just because this city is just really long and kind of terribly planned, but maybe they've been giving us false information because they think we're like spies or something. It's like, who's this random two foreigners asking where the bomb site was?
And I'm speaking Russian.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be. Hopefully this will be the last bus we need to be on to get there. A long day already. It's 5 a.m. at the train station. It's already 7:30, almost 8.
Зупинка. Дитяча лікарня номер 4. Наступна зупинка Польська Батька.
Well, we got the final 20-yard line. I think we're almost there. It's 8:30 now, and the snow is kind of residing. The sun's coming out, so I hope that later will be a better, nicer day. But at least got to show you what Ukraine really looks like. You know, it is fitting for the somber place, the somber mood. Our heroes are made out of iron. Oh, you can see some damage here on the glass, so it was nearby.
Это там, где разбили, да, разбомбили, да, там?
А вот там, это на детской площадке кругом венки на всех скамейках.
Да. For the residents.
This is where it happened. Little children's playground, apartment buildings, and a restaurant. 9 kids got killed here. 75 injured. This happens all the time for 3 years now. Russia sends their missiles, blows up, you know, people's lives, people's homes. 9 kids died so far. 75 people are in the hospital still. 20 of them already died at a restaurant. Russia probably claims that military people were eating there. I'm like, I don't care if you're an off-duty U.S. soldier eating at a Denny's. You can't just blow it up. Maybe you're there with your kids, your family, celebrating a birthday. You can't do that. It's a war crime. That's why we had the Geneva Convention. But Russia doesn't care. You know, these aren't barracks. There's just people who live here, you know. Maybe someone's grandma's here. You know, I don't care if you're an off-duty, you know, soldier visiting your grandma. You can't just blow them up. There's something else around here. Look at this. I'll show you 360. There's police here to watch the memorial. Today's the day of mourning. All right, it's a funeral today. But aside from that, there's just people live here. It's a fucking playground. It's a playground, guys. I must have lost someone as well. That's it. I left a teddy bear and those flowers.
Tragic, mate, tragic. What to say? You can't really say anything, can you? I don't know. It's like, you just have to look around, look at the teddy bears. That's what you need to show. There's no words to say. It's like, it's obvious.
What was really sad That you see that teddy bear here, the small one.
Yeah.
I just saw the little boy and his mom lay it in those flowers, and you can see the tear in their eyes. It's so it's so fresh, you know. And what are they gonna do? They leave it. They say goodbye to whoever they lost, and they go home. Like life moves on, right?
Yeah.
We'll try to at least.
What can you do? Bag up. Don't want to carry it around while I'm doing this.
Just put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Fine. So, the reason why I wanted to come here during the day and morning, like right when it happened, is because we can see blown up buildings all over Ukraine, like the one we saw earlier today.
Yeah.
But here, when it's fresh and it just happened, and you see, like, you meet the people who are here dropping off the teddy bears and the flowers, and you see everything fresh. It's a different feeling, right?
It is. I think when you see, as well, I mean, it's especially poignant because it's a play park. And so that obviously touches more than just seeing a building, right? But when you see the flowers, the teddy bears, you can really imagine. This was just a couple days ago. And, yeah, this is really the conflict. There's two Ukrainian wars in a sense. There's the front lines out in the east, but there's also the war that the everyday citizens of Ukraine suffer every day, in places like this and tragedies like this.
And I'm glad that you made us take the long route and take the public transport here, because we got to meet those people. We got to talk to them. And they're good people.
Well, you know what else I want to say is, I think a lot of people have a distorted view, if you spend a lot of time online, of Ukrainian people. And what I mean by that is you'll see a lot of the hot girls dancing on TikTok, and you think, what the bloody hell, there's people dying. But that's such a tiny proportion of Ukrainian people. The majority of the Ukrainian people, the hard-working, working-class people that we met today, that we meet in Ukraine. So a lot of people kind of look down on Ukrainians in a sense, because they see that one section, they think that's all Ukrainians. That's not it. This is the Ukrainians.
That just happens to be the 20 people that have big TikTok accounts that people like to follow.
But people extrapolate that and say, wait there, what are you doing?
When people say, oh, where's the war in Ukraine? It looks so safe and nice. You're eating at a nice restaurant in Kyiv and Uzhhorod. Come to places like this. Come the day after it happens and see for yourself. Talk to the people.
Wait, this side,
Okay. While I was here, I realized, I also wish I had something to leave. I didn't think I had to bring a teddy bear or something, but I do happen to have some children's candy. I bought this at the train station in Kyiv. And I know it's not much, but I just feel like I want to leave a piece of my soul here, because everyone else, this is all you can do. All you can do is just leave a piece of your soul, and just hope it never happens again. Because I didn't know what we were going to see. But it's what I expected. I've seen so many places that have been bombed. We look around and it's apartments and a restaurant. There's no military factory here. There's no secret NATO base here. Maybe some police officers were eating here. Maybe some soldiers off duty were eating here. But you can't bomb a children's play park and a restaurant. Looks like there's gonna be candles lit. And you have the cherry trees in the background. But it's not the mood for that. We're very lucky that this is actually where the missile landed. Because if that landed directly on one of the buildings, way more people would have died. So it's really the shrapnel that did most of the damage. You can see actually it's still hot. There's still smoke coming out of it. And there's little metal fragments everywhere. Like little pieces of the Kevlar. So around this caution tape, this is where the missile actually landed. Luckily, thank God it landed here. And it was only the shrapnel that did the majority of the damage. But you can see the holes. You see all that? That's shrapnel that goes through all these buildings, went through all these windows. did all the devastation, killed the kids, hit the restaurant, and destroyed this apartment building. Like, these holes here that just ripped through, that's metal fragments from Russia's missile. This behind me, it's a purely residential building. That coffee shop, purely residential. You can argue, in the best case scenario, which is most realistic scenario, Russia just has bad aim. And maybe, you know, they're trying to kill someone specifically, spending millions of dollars on a missile. But they shouldn't be doing this in the first place. Definitely not, you know. I walked all around. There's nothing here. Literally just people sleep here, eat here, and play here. Imagine living here, just having all this tear straight through. Like, it goes straight through brick. That's how strong it is. What's really crazy, I hear voices in this apartment. That means people either still living here, just with boarded up windows, or more likely they came back to just gather their things. Imagine this happening at home. Imagine this happening, you know, to your family. That's crazy. There's literally smoke coming out of this hole still. It's just warmer in there than it is elsewhere. It's crazy. By the way, speaking of the restaurant, I watched the videos from 3 different angles. It's just kids and wait staff and just normal people eating there. Definitely wasn't like a NATO headquarters or whatever they want to call it. Russia says there were 60 US soldiers in there, planning some special operation. Complete bullshit. Russia lies and people die. People need to stop this in Russia.
A missile strike shattered the city of Kryvyi Rih in central Ukraine, igniting a fierce propaganda battle that reached the United Nations Security Council 5 days later. In a tense briefing on April 9th, Russia's ambassador, Vasily Nebenzia, stepped into the spotlight, delivering a detailed defense of the attack that starkly contradicted the scenes of devastation reported from the ground. His words aimed to reshape the narrative of a strike that has drawn global attention.
The formal reason for the convening of today's meeting of the UN Security Council by the European supporters of the Kiev regime was the strike on one of the restaurants in Kryvyi Rih by the Russian Investigative Committee on April 4th. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, as a result of a high-precision hit by a missile in high-explosive equipment at the venue of a meeting with commanders of formations and Western instructors, the enemy's losses amounted to up to 85 servicemen and officers of foreign states, as well as up to 20 vehicles.
Nebenzia went further, accusing Ukraine of deliberately placing military targets in civilian zones, a tactic he labeled as reckless and exploitative. By holding a summit in a densely populated area of Kryvyi Rih, he contended Kyiv's leadership knowingly put its own people at risk, using them as shields to deflect blame onto Russia.
Today's the day of mourning, which is why people were dressed in black and everyone's here. So this is the restaurant where it happened. Let's go inside and take a look.
Alarm, да? Что надо делать тогда аларм? Только...
Надо в бомбосховище.
О, блин. Или... Может спать, да?
Everyone's going outside because there's an air alarm. But if you think about it, that's where all the people died. Like, one person died here that was sitting by the window, but you could take a look around. There wasn't 60 NATO soldiers in here that died, as Russia claims. Like, there's hardly any damage in there, just the people sitting by the window. Being inside, I can 100% tell you that the people that Russia was targeting, the people that Russia hit, they were not 60 military soldiers sitting in the restaurant having a meeting. They were next to the playground or in the apartment buildings. They're just normal kids and people. Let's go outside, just in case. Well, that's a bit scary. So Russia really likes to do these double taps, so there's always a chance they're going to hit the same spot again, knowing that there's a gathering of people here mourning. Alright, we won't go too close, but the family members are here at the bomb site. And some diplomats are here as well. We have a lot of cars and 2 busloads of people coming here for the day and mourning, including diplomats from different countries, the family. And the snow is very fitting for today. Many people brought candles or stuffed animals to lay down as well. Families that lost their loved ones. And of course, while this is happening, the air alarm kicks off. Guys, I think we've seen enough. Yeah, and actually, we came here in the perfect timing. You know. Yeah. I'm sure that the news media is going to cover it. There's a lot of diplomats there from all over. Yeah. But us being able to see it with our own eyes, it makes a complete difference, and to be able to show it.
Yeah. No, I think we came at perfect time, and I'm glad that we saw it before everyone turned up, because it was a bit more. You got to feel it.
Very authentic. Yeah.
Exactly. Before like camera crews and stuff.
And you know what, mate? I'm trying to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I said to you, hey, we should come to Kryvyi Rih to see it for ourselves. Yeah. And just to show it's probably just a restaurant and like, you know, and there's not like a military base or something. Yeah. I had no idea if there was or not. Yeah. I took a chance because I knew I've seen enough of this where every time Russia says, this time it was definitely some ammo warehouse, like tank factory. Every time I go there and I'm like, nope. I look around, I'm like, no, it's just people just live here. And I just had a feeling that this time would be the same. Yeah. And we could have shown up, and there could have been like some missile silo behind, some tanks rolling out or something. But no, it's just another freaking restaurant, children's playground, apartment building.
Yes, mate. Yes, mate.
All right, let's get out of here because we were freezing cold.
I'm freezing. I'm getting bloody hypothermia. So, mate, I know a flipping hotel. I was here before. It's a lovely old Soviet hotel. So do you fancy going and checking it out?
Not really. I'd rather go back to Kyiv, but okay. Let's go.
Let's go to the hotel.
Oh, mate. This weather is so strange for being April. April. There's your Lotta.